So, the title of this is Reading is Fundamental and Fun. And so, I want to talk about that because that's one of the things my daughter used to say to people. She used to say, Reading is fundamental and fun. And where did she get that from? From LeVar Burton with the Reading Rainbow, because my kids love those shows. And I did too, because they were so educational and it helped them to become better readers. And my daughter, she was a natural reader. She read from the time she could read. She's always reading a book. She always has two or three books that she's reading, and she gets that from her mama. I get that. Because I have a few books that I'm reading right now. But the one that I want to talk about today, y'all, and I'm not doing a paid testimonial or anything for this book, but it's just so good and I wanted to share because the thing about it is with this long COVID journey that I've been on, reading was one of the things that it initially took away, and it was really difficult for me to read. And I've always been a reader because I learned that readers are leaders. And so I always knew that I was a leader. So I always read and I love to read. And so, anyway, it's been about little over 3 years since I've been on this journey with this thing. And so what has happened now is I am able to read. And so reading I have been doing. So I read Will Smith's book, entire 407 pages, y'all. It was really good. And I was so grateful that I was able to read it and actually retain because that was the issue for me. I've been doing audiobooks now for a couple of years because it was hard to get through books. So this one that I'm reading right now, I got to show it to y'all. Now, no matter how you feel about the Clintons, this book is phenomenal. Hillary and Chelsea put this book together and it is phenomenal. Even the cover grabbed me. And y'all, I found this book in the Dollar Tree. I got this book from the Dollar Tree. I saw it and I said, "Ooh, that looks good." Now, mind you, I bought it probably about 3 years ago. I saw it in the Dollar Tree. I was just walking through and it jumped at me. And so I grabbed it. It has stories about so many of our heroes. It talks about early inspirators. Um, it started out talking about people that were revolutionary. They talked about Helen Keller and they talked about Harriet Tubman and they talked about Venus and Serena Williams. They talked about Billie Jean King. So many women that were on the cutting edge. And I'm only about halfway through, y'all. Yep, I think I'm about exactly halfway through. So I don't know the rest of the people. Ellen DeGeneres, I just popped out. And so so many different people and so many different genres in this book that they presented. And it's just been so phenomenal, the stories that they're telling. And I didn't expect anything less because I do like Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. I think that Hillary did a great job raising Chelsea, and Chelsea's a phenomenal young woman. And so when I saw this book, I thought I have to grab it. So I did, and I've been reading it. And I mean, she talked about, what's her name from that started Bethune Cookman College, Mary McLeod Bethune. She talked about her. I mean, she talked about so many women and it wasn't, the thing I love about it is different women of different cultures, different races, because there's a Japanese woman that she talks about that started climbing mountains way before they would allow women to do so. And so she, forged a path for women to be able to climb mountains. Who would want to do that? I don't know. But there are women that like to do that type of stuff. And so she forged that path. And so with so many women in there that they covered, y'all, I mean, it was just amazing. You like history, this would be a great book to grab. Like I said, I got it from the Dollar Tree. So I'm sure that it at that time I think it was still $1.25. It didn't even go up to the $3 and the $5 like it is now. But I got it when it was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, y'all. And it was just amazing to find that. And sometimes you find stuff like that. And what I'm saying is that I was in the frequency at the moment. And that is the thing that we have to ascertain to is the frequencies. Get in the frequency of being the person that always gets what they want. You can support me by checking out my stand store, and it is in the link in the comments. And then I have a membership. Remember who the fuck you are that you can join by clicking that link, and it's $25 a month to come and be supported in community. And I'm just so grateful. And this is what I want to say too. Happy New Year's Eve. I mean, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. And I'm just super excited and glad to be here. But I'll be back on again, and I thank you. Bye.